Hey man, look, I just want to say, man, look, we are back right now, and I have some players who've joined us. Everybody you see, he coached us. From an old head, I got to look all the way to the back. We got GD, brother Gary Davis, and I ain't gonna even call everybody name. I'm gonna let everybody tell them who they are. We got former NFL players that are here right now. And coach, if you don't mind, these people on your right and your left, who are they to you, coach?
What makes Joe Gilliam football camp tick?
Y'all hear that? What makes Joe Gilliam football camp tick? Y'all looking at two people who makes that happen. America, I need y'all to see and know these two people right here makes it tick. We talking 26 years ago this started, and it's still going. And these two men right here are responsible for an awful lot of what has and is happening. Introduce yourself.
This is smart, articulate, low-key, cool as a cucumber.
Cool as a cucumber.
And he is the president. What's it? President of the camp.
Of the camp.
And vice president of the
Foundation, the Joe Gilliam Foundation and the Joe Gilliam
James
Camp.
Wade.
We're gonna make sure we give y'all that information that you can things you can do, you can donate. We'll do that there toward the end. But James Wade, talk to us about what kind of impact have Coach Gilliam been in your life and is in your life.
I mean, it's been a family thing. I mean, Coach Gilliam, recruited me in high school out of Whites Creek. He told me I would come in and battle for the backup free safety position. And I get there and there's 9 free safeties already.
Oh my God!
It's like, so he tricked me, right? To get me up there. And then I got moved over to quarterback, of course, and played for his dad for 4 years. And then 1 year got to play with his brother. Kind of coached me on the side and in the summertime, in the springtime. So, just getting around the family, the history, the legacy of the Gilliams. And then when he called me, about 15, 16 years ago, to ask, if I would come out and help with the camp, help with the quarterbacks, I was like, oh, yeah. Wow. I wish they would have called me a lot sooner. But being able to give back is very valuable. Growing up in Nashville, a lot of the players came back and helped me when I was a youngster. Brian Ransom used to come pick me up and take me to Centennial Park, and all the wide receivers all spatted up, and they in Centennial Park running routes. And I was just like, man, I would love to do that. And so I look at it as being a way to kind of give back and push Joey's legacy, of helping those kids that are not as fortunate to go out and get NFL type training and camp. So that's what we wanted to do and bring it back. So it's the community side of it. We're building some bonds. Being able to connect in with some of the older guys, listen to their stories, and we're all bound.
Yeah.
We're all bound together. So it's a very big impact.
Wow, man! Thank you so much for that, Wade. We really know that without a doubt, Coach Gilliam made a big impact. This is family right here. Do you mind sharing what Coach Gilliam has meant, to you and the impact that he and have made in your life? You don't mind? Tell them who you are. Who that is, Coach? Who's that guy right there?
This is my cousin.
Okay, cuz.
Okay. He came to Tennessee State from, what's that school you was at? University of Akron. And he came down there and having a kind of rough time, and so Daddy says, Craig, you need to put him on scholarship. Now, he ain't never said that about nobody but family. So I said, okay, I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put him on scholarship. And what else?
What did he do?
Tell me what else.
Once I transfer, he's like, okay, now I need you to tutor my football players. So it wasn't free.
Put you to work.
Well, he asked me what my major was, and I told him. He said they have a good engineering program. And so one of the deals was I would go over to Gentry where y'all had study hall and sit in there if they need help with math or science to help them. Nobody ever came to me for that, but that was part of the deal.
It was there.
And, you know, a lot of times I would be one of the last ones to leave from a football game, and we'll go back and talk to him about what I saw.
Oh,
you know,
wow.
So, and he and I had a lot of candid conversations about, hey, they missed their tackle. And he's like, you know why they missed their tackle? Because they closed their eyes before they hit. And so we would watch film, and he'll slow it down and show me where they closed their eyes. And so we used to always talk about that. How I got involved was I would go see him when he was sick, and he said, I need you to do me a favor. I said, what's that? He's like, I need you to get involved with the football camp. And I said, okay, can I make some changes? What I need to do? Besides, he told me I need to do this because I still owed him book money from way back when I was in school. Because he didn't have any football players that were engineering majors, so he had to come out of his pocket for.
That's right.
I was like, man, that's been 30 years ago. But I told him I would, and then he said my debt was canceled. You know.
Wow, I love it.
Yeah, he never forgets anything. So I made him a promise because he went out of his way. He's responsible for me to have my degree. Because where I was, they said I would never be an engineer there. And for the last 30 years, I've been successful.
To the best engineering school, one of them in the country.
Right. So I found that giving back and working with these kids and working with James and Craig has been like real rewarding because these are really easy guys to work with. And to be at 26 years, it's hard to imagine, to continue this. It's a lot of hard work behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about. Jimmy Wade gives tirelessly. He gives a lot of himself to make this happen. Craig does. We all come from different places to make this happen every year. And so we'll continue to do it as long as we can, to continue to give back to the kids in the Metro Nashville area.
Man, look, the legacy lives on, man. Not only does the Joe Gilliam camp, but the Gilliam name is something that is so amazing in the Nashville. But here's one of the things. All of these guys that are sitting here, I hope you guys don't mind taking 10, 15 seconds and just saying, because this show is entitled Impact Over Income, the Life of a Black College Athlete. You guys are black college athletes, and we have someone that's sitting here with us that made an impact in every last one of our lives in an enormous way. Can y'all just say to Coach Gilliam the impact that he has made in your life along the way? Tell them who you are, let America know, and then what did you do along the way with that impact?
Well, my name is Anthony Shelton. I'm originally from Fayetteville, Tennessee, probably about an hour south of here, close to the Alabama, state line. And when I came to Tennessee State, I mean, as a former athlete, all of us should be thinking about how, Coach Gilliam gave us, that platform, the TSU Tiger platform to display our ability and to come in and to, make an impact for ourselves. So not only did he impact us, but when we went in and we did all of that practice, we practiced a lot.
We did practice.
I used to tell my friends, I didn't know what team I was on. I thought I was on the track team. So once I got to the point where, all right, so the track team is over. All right, we ran our time. Football. You got your you got your equipment.
Yep.
So therefore now it's time for you to display your talent.
Yep.
Now, I really enjoyed his speeches. Like, when we were in the, film room.
Oh, God,
Craig
yes.
was, I really enjoyed his speeches.
He would break it down.
And, one person, Craig impacted us all. But I'll tell you one person that really impacted me was my roommate, 1985, Tony Starger.
Tony Starger. Man, I was looking for him, man.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I can't say that when I came in, I actually made my time. I did what I had to do. But some reason, I just at that point in time, it wasn't for me. I had to leave. I left in '86.
I remember.
And my boy Tony
said, "Come on
Starcher
back."
came back MTSU and found me and said, "Hey man, you need to come back to school. This, that, and the other. I already talked to coach. They say they give you a scholarship back if you want to come back."
Wow.
So therefore, in the spring of '88, I came back,
It turned it
and I haven't played football in about 2 years. So, you know, Tony and I talked about it. I was out there, you know, I was like trying to hit somebody. He said, "Man, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Bruh, I ain't played football in 2 years." But over the time, we went out there, we practiced, we did what we had to do. And if it wasn't for that brother, I don't know where I would be.
Wow.
But he was also one of the most, I mean, you know, this guy was
Humble, disciplined,
right.
all that.
All of that. You can say all of that. But, you know, he was always, we're going to do this and we're going to do that.
Very
He always
positive.
had me into his plans.
Yeah.
And I'm like, those are not my plans. You going with me. So, therefore, I mean, honestly, this brother right here really impacted. You talking about impact over income.
That's
you
it.
know, he impacted my life.
Wow.
And he put some money in my pocket
See?
because when he brought all of those agents, scouts, and we ran that time,
It was over.
oh, we was gone.
Yep. It
So
was
therefore, you know, Craig, hey, I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity, and I appreciate Tennessee State for letting me, use that platform to do what I had
That's
to do.
what's up.
I appreciate your plan.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate
man, man. And we got quarterback. Talk to him because
Rick, my name is
you know,
Rick
before
Mahaley.
you say anything, I want to just say something. This guy right here, America, right here, was my road dog. You know, we used to do. Everybody probably knows we did dang near everything together. We used to hang out with our girlfriends together, and I ain't even drinking. I would sit and I drink beer with him. But this guy right here we've been incredible friends for 40 plus years, man. I just want America to know how much you mean to me and the impact that you made in my life. But anyway, tell
Same
America
to
who you
bro.
are, man.
My name is Rick Mahaley. I'm an offensive guy, but I think I'm a defensive guy at heart, though. I think stuff is kind of full circle. You know, I say God has a plan for you. I originally was born in Athens, Alabama, near Huntsville. Moved to Detroit. Then when I started playing football, when I got to high school, started playing football, all my coaches was from Tennessee State. All my coaches from Tennessee State, and I used to watch him. I used to always look up the black quarterback, Joe Gilliam. That was a guy, right? So when I left school and came to Tennessee State, he used to come back and help us in the summertime.
Yep.
Right?
Sure did.
And then when everything was said and done, I left and I became an educator for 25 years.
Yep.
And I coached. And every time I would have some kind of thing going on in coaching, I would call his dad.
Yep.
And I would tell him, you know, what's going on. His dad would just tell me, no, the kid he's not doing what you want him to do, so he ain't going to do it. He said, just get somebody else. And I would just trade him in like that, right?
Oh,
and then when
wow.
Ron used to come out there, his kids
Yep,
played.
uh-huh.
His daughter was playing.
My daughter's in
running
school
track and
there,
field.
yes.
And he kept telling me about the camp. So I called Craig, and I said, you know, you got a camp going on. I'm getting ready to retire, and I want to participate. He said, well, call the man. I said, who the man? And he was talking about Wade.
That's it. Call the man.
Wait to tell you, I called him, and I said, I want to participate, but I want to give back. I'm retiring now. I want to get back and do something. He said, okay, so you in.
Come on.
So
That's it.
so Craig said, don't call me no damn more. Call Wade.
Oh, wait.
And, you know, I'm just
He
glad.
said that too,
Yeah,
man.
he said just like, so I'm just glad to be back. And, you know, one thing about it, it's hard to be a Tiger, but once you're a Tiger, you're always a Tiger.
Always. That's right. Pass that thing back there to this guy right here, Mr. Chris Sims, man. Tell America who you are. And I know personally what the impact that he made in your life, y'all. And I just want you to just share a little bit of that real quick.
All right, my name is Chris Sims. I'm originally from Nashville, Tennessee. Born and raised, went to Pearl High School, then Pearl Cone. Recruited by Coach Collins, came to Tennessee State at 17 years old.
You was a young
And when I got there, I had no idea what I was getting into. And I had no idea how to play defensive football. I was just tall and big. But because of Coach Gilliam and Coach Fred Summerall, step by step, they believed in me and they put me out there. So at 17, I'm on special teams, and the year we go undefeated.
Yep.
Because
Let
this
me
man
know
is
in
sitting in front of
84.
me. That was the impact on the football field. Outside of football, we would have meetings during the season that would last an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. We may have had 10 minutes about football. The rest of the time was about life. And when I say those conversations to this very day here in 2026 still have an impact on me.
Yes.
And I told Coach last year during camp, Coach, you always kept it real with us.
Yep.
You never sugarcoated anything. You never made it more than what it was. You never downplayed it. You kept it real with us. So when he taught us, it doesn't matter the position the person across from you is in, where they may feel like they may be higher or lower. To a man, we have to be respectful and be respected of one another.
Yep.
So you don't let a person talk down to you or talk at you like you don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And to this very day, I'm going head-to-head with supervisors, with HR directors, with other people and saying, man to man, we'll settle this.
Mm-hmm.
But don't ever think because you have a title of one thing and I have a title of something else that you are here and I am here.
That's right. We were taught
Because
that.
of what Coach Gilliam taught me at 17 years old.
Wow.
I'll be 60 in November.
Wow.
Understand how long ago that was.
Yep.
So when we say the impact,
That's it.
from not only as an athlete, but what he taught us how to be men,
Yes.
Coach Craig Gilliam, thank you.
Real talk.
Thank you.
Man. Okay. We got two more people that's gonna share with y'all, America, but I'm gonna let this brother tell y'all exactly who we are because Coach saw him today and was like, "Boy, you look like you ready to play." So, but anyway, go ahead and tell them who you are,
Sure,
bro.
absolutely. My name is Harold Arnold. I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I came to Tennessee State back, started as a freshman in the fall of 1988. And my first encounter with Coach, and I'm referring to Coach Joe Gilliam, was the PE coach at Tennessee State, my first semester here. And I'm going to just tell a story on this, that his training was totally different from everybody else. So if you had class with him, in order for you to get an A, you had to be able to put your head in between your legs on the floor and stretch.
Stretch. You got to get your body straight.
And it went from there. So looking back, you know, it was just one of those things you had to work towards and had to have help in order to be able to do that. So looking back at that, Coach was one of those people that, you know, would drive you and give you different motivations in order to be successful, not only in what you did in the classroom and in PE, but in life, period.
Yep.
So I just remember just the times I can hear his voice today, just even doing weightlifting. Up. All right, hold it.
That's it.
So
That's class.
That was Coach.
Impact,
you know, all the way around. And to this day, he just, you know, was just one of those driving forces. And I appreciated him and the legacy that he left. And I wanted to give back as well in terms of this camp for the kids so they can continue that tradition and continue getting that type of knowledge, the technique, as Craig had mentioned earlier. That's very important in these kids' lives, and they will continue to pass that down from camp to camp as we move forward. This 26 years moving forward.
Boy, thank you. Now, boy, look, y'all, America. I know we've been. This is the longest show I've ever done. However, it's worth every minute of your time. I want this person right here to tell us, when did you get here? And the impact of being here and seeing these guys that you know and have known for a very long time have made in your life and you on them.
My name's Gary Davis. I came here in 1978. Coach Gilliam recruited me as a weak side linebacker. And as time went on, I played linebacker for 1 year. The next season, that spring, he said, Coach, I'm finna move you. He said, what, Coach? I'm finna move you to strong safety. Because we finna lose a lot of kids from graduation. I said, Coach, okay, that's fine. I had no problem playing that. And as time went on, my idols was Billy McBride, Lanny Martin, Dave Coleman, Willie Blue, Gerald Perry. All those guys embraced me, and they taught me how to play back there. But as time went on, We changed the defense, and the defense changed from zone to man. So now my technique was playing strong safety. Now I'm moved to the right corner. So this is a short story right here that I'm telling. So we were playing Texas Southern down in the hole, and I dropped 2 interceptions. I dropped 2. He walks up to me, Coach Craig Gilliam, and say, "Look here, you drop another interception, I'm gonna roll you for the rest of your career."
You hear that? No more brick hands.
So from that point on, when it came to special teams, I did not do no special teams. I didn't go on no punt, catching no punts. I was on the sideline catching footballs
Making sure
the
you didn't
whole
drop
time
it.
doing special teams. I ain't go down no kickoff. I ain't gonna worry about on no kickoff. I was not gonna roll the rest of my career, and I was a junior.
You believed it.
No, sir, we're not gonna do that. And that,
good hands.
See that?
Dropping the ball.
and
That's
that,
what I'm
and
saying.
that right there
That's right.
made a big impact because as the time went on my junior year, as the time went on through my junior year playing the corner, we played. My first interception was against Louisville. First interception against Louisville. My second was against Southern. My third one was against Central State in the hole. My fourth one was against Central State in the hole. And nobody knows this. I have the second longest interception in Tennessee State history in the hole
92
of 90 yards. 92
I
yards.
thought it was 92 yards. Yep.
92 yards in the hole. The
Yep.
longest one is Dave Coleman. He has 100 yards.
Wow.
He has 100 yards interception. I was trying to break it, but I had 92. And that made a big impact on me by him telling me, "Don't drop any more interceptions. I'm going to roll you for the rest of your career." I was not going to do that. So that
One
point
day,
on-
America, we're going to explain rolling. Y'all might not understand what's being said, but we'll explain that when I get my protege back, Roger Holmes. So we'll explain rolling. Everybody here know what rolling is. So the boys who are listening, when you hear this and see this, I know without a doubt you're going to laugh. But, man.
So as time went on, I started the coaching, and that was an impact on me by doing that because I had one thing what got me in that position is that I peaked against Jackson State, and they scored a touchdown on me. That's the only touchdown I gave up my career right there because I peaked in the backfield. So when I got into coaching, that was one of my pet peeves of telling my guys in the secondary, do not peak in the backfield. Do not peak in the backfield. If you peak, you're going to get beat. So that's what I teach those kids now as we go through the camp. And I'm working with the linebackers now. Wade said, "You mind working with the linebackers?" I say, "No," because I coached linebackers in high school. I said, "I don't have no problem with that." So the main thing I was doing with those linebackers during the camp time, and they're young guys, is not to peak when they're covering and don't take false steps when you're stepping downhill and you're reading. You got to transition from the run to pass. So that was my thing I did with the camp with the young guys, the linebacker today. Teach them how to step, how to come downhill. And I had one of the guys that played at State, Sammy. He was a linebacker at State now. He came over, and he kind of helped out with the kids too. So I really appreciate Wade, inviting me back again. I called him. I said, he said, "GD, you come?" I said, "Yeah, I'll be there." So that was a big impact with me by him letting me come back and help out with those kids. And I thank him for it and Coach Gilliam for everything he done.
Man, let me tell y'all, this has been probably one of the most amazing shows that I have ever done because of the impact, Coach, that I'm looking at that you have made in all of our lives. And I got to tell you, words cannot describe how I feel, and I hope you truly understand how important you are to so many people, including Richard Dent, as I was driving over here and that brother telling me, and I think he just texted me to make sure that I forget. It is really important, Coach, for us to, they say you need to give people flowers. Not that we're saying that any of us, we don't know day nor hour, but it is important for you to know how much you mean to so many people and the impact that you have made. And one of the most important things, it's not about money. It's about the impact. That's what this show is all about. Impact over income, the life of black college athlete. Coach, I'm going to let you just kind of close us out. Anything you'd like to share with America, share with any of us to just kind of say what this experience is like? What do you think? How do you feel? Because you got a birthday coming up. Young man.
You cannot get any better than this team that I put together. Now, they always say, these two right here, I think they think that I'm stay pissed off all the time. I think they think that this is a family affair, but it's not. Not at all. It's not a family affair because you got Joe Gilliam, Jimmy Wade, what's his boy's name? Lamar Blackwell, and I truly don't run nothing. They told me when I handed down what they do, and they're the president and the vice president of everything, and they told me this, and it's to me it showed that they had some love in their heart for me because I am getting old. Kiss babies, shake hands, and raise money. That's what I do because of.
You know, Coach, that's what we want America knowing. So now what we're going to do, we're going to have Wade or Lamar, you guys share with America how to make a contribution to what it is that we do when it comes to the camp. If you don't mind sharing the website and sharing ways that they can get in touch with the Joe Gilliam Foundation and Joe Gilliam Camp. So this is going to be airing, and it's going to be all over the world where anybody's got podcasts and anything. So I would like for you to just share how can they get in contact with you, and we'll make sure that get posted up under it as well, if you don't mind sharing that with us.
Well, we can go. You can go out to the website, the Joe W. Gilliam Foundation.org website, and there's a page there that you can do any type of donations that you want to give to the organization. We have a merchandise store as well where we're selling Joe Gilliam T-shirts. That goes. The big thing and where this money that we raise from the camp and the money that we raise from donations and merchandise sales, it goes to the TSU Foundation. And in the foundation, we have a Joe Gilliam book fund. So in that book fund pays for books for former TSU players and their spouses, their kids, and their relatives and so forth. So last year we wrote a check to the school for $10,000. Okay, and we probably can do that again this year. So we have some good donations that came in this year. So looking to continue doing that and even expanding out how we're going to do some more scholarships, going forward. So, but go out to that website, drop a check, do what you got to do, and here you go.
That's it, y'all.
Yeah, to reiterate what James was saying, you can go out to the website. There's a donation page on there. You can also read up about what the Joe Gilliam Foundation, what it's all about, what we're trying to do in the community. Also, if you donate, since we're a 501c3, if your corporation, check with your corporation because they may match your donation. So anything that helps bring in resources for us to continue to have this camp, because it costs a lot of money to have this camp every year, and we work really hard to make sure it happens and tell this young man not to stress over it, because sometimes he's stressed, and we try to take the stress off of him. So any donation that you can give is very helpful for us so we can continue this legacy and continue to have this going so we can impact the young kids that are in the metro area. Or if you come from out of town, we try to make sure that we leave an impact on every kid. We have great team, great coaches out there coaching these kids. The goal is to learn something, whether it's teamwork or whether it's about yourself, pushing yourself, whether it's education. That's a big thing. Coach has always taught education. Everybody know that he was a stickler on education. And so please support us in any which way you can, and we look forward to those donations coming in.
That's right, y'all. So look, let me share this real quick, y'all. My son is an electrical engineer right now, and every last one of his books were paid for by the Joe Gilliam Foundation. And so I want to publicly say thank you. And when I was on my way over here, he wanted me to make sure that I thanked the Joe Gilliam Foundation. He's an electrical engineer. It's making 6+ figures now, and he would not have had his books and his literature had it not been for him getting that scholarship to get his books to go to school. So that's right. So I just want to say thank you, Coach. Thank you, Wade. Thank you, Lamar. You guys have really, truly been a blessing to me. And America, you have been blessed because you have just saw impact over income, the life of black college athletes. We'll see you next time. Peace.